Welcome to the Fall 2022 live virtual orientation session. This is the Supports for Success session. We'll be going over all the different supports and resources that are available to you as students at NIC. My name is Rachel Birch. I am the Student Life and Outreach Liaison, and I'll be here for the first little bit talking, but you'll get a chance to meet a lot of different people today and maybe put a face to a name so that as you're reaching out to access supports throughout your time at NIC, maybe you have a little bit of familiarity with who you're going to be reaching out to. We could advance 2 slides, please, Mez. So North Island College is honored to acknowledge the traditional territories of the combined 35 First Nations of the Nuu-chah-nulth, Kwakwaka'wakw, and Coast Salish traditions, on whose the traditional and unceded territories the college's campuses are situated. So NIC is committed to putting truth and reconciliation into action, and one of those pieces is to do land acknowledgements. And throughout your time at NIC, you'll find that land acknowledgements pop up quite regularly. It's an opportunity to just take a second and plant your feet on the ground and recognize the history of the land and the history of the people who've occupied the land and all of the different pieces that are involved in that. And just start to understand a little bit more what has happened throughout the years for First Nations people and for the settlers who've come into Canada over the years. Yeah, so that's our territorial acknowledgement. If you'd like, we invite you. Oh, there we go. If you'd like, we invite you to. I feel like there's quite an echo, you guys. Okay. Is that better? A little bit.
Do you have your speakers on, Rach? It's still echoing.
It's still echoing. Yeah, no, I haven't changed anything on my end.
Very good.
I'm good now? Okay. All right. And so we also invite you, if you feel like it, to look up where your particular territory is. I'm coming in today from the Comox Valley campus. And so I'm working and living on the unceded traditional territory of the Comox First Nations, who are the traditional keepers of this land. Our agenda today is to go through a few different things. We're going to do our introductions. We have a couple housekeeping notes, and then we're going to be going through, and you can see there's a big list here, a lot of the different supports and services and resources that are available to you as students at North Island College. So I know we're going to be going through everybody. I'm just going to do a few introductions to start. I'm going to start with the Student Life team. And so you've met me, Student Life and Outreach Liaison. I'm going to just let Mez say hello and tell us a little bit about her title.
As I follow an instruction, hello. And now I go completely off script and completely random. My name's Mez Jawaji. I am the Associate Director of Student Life, and I am here to serve the students of NIC. If you have a question, if there's anything that's troubling you, you want to chat about something, reach out to one of the members of the Student Life team, and we will make sure that we do what we can to help you. And I would now hand over to the Leela.
Thank you. My name is Leela Kulish. I work at the Campbell River campus, and I work with the Student Life department. Student Life Organizer is my title. And as she said, yes, we're here to help, and I get the fun part. I get to organize events. So I'm hoping to see some of you at the in-person orientation events next week on Tuesday and Wednesday at the Campbell River campus from 11 till 1.
And also at the Comox Valley campus and the Port Alberni campus. And then we have an event on September 8th at the Mi'Halaquila campus in Port Hardy, and another event on September 13th in Port Alberni. And so you can find all of that information about the different events, both in person and online, at the orientation page, which is, I'm going to ask somebody to put it in the chat, www.nic.bc.ca/orientation. Thanks, Mez. All right, let's go on to our housekeeping notes. There we go. So like I said before, please make sure your microphone is muted unless you are speaking. We'd love to hear your questions and comments as the session progresses. You can have your camera on or off. It's entirely your choice, what's comfortable for you, but we would love to see you. Feel free to ask questions in the chat at any time. Leela is going to be monitoring the chat. I will too as I'm able, and we can jump in and answer those questions for people. But we will also have an opportunity to ask questions at the end during the Q&A period. All right. And this is just a little slide to show you a little bit about North Island College. We serve an area of over 88,000 square kilometers. We have about 9,000 students on 4 campuses and 2 centers. So there's the Mihalaquila campus in Port Hardy, Campbell River campus, the Comox Valley campus in Courtenay, the Port Alberni campus. There's a separate trade center called Tebow in Port Alberni. And then we also have the Ucluelet Center as well. And Brooke, it's your turn, so I'll let you introduce yourself and jump right into it.
Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, rather. My name is Brooke McIntosh, and I'm one of the advisors at NIC. At NIC, it's very common that we do both academic and financial aid advising, although that's not everybody's specialty. And after me, you'll hear from Rebecca on one of the other advising teams. Can I have the full slide up? There should be one before that, but that's okay. That's fine. Okay, so advising. I'm not sure how many of you, if we had more time, I'd love to see with a show of hands in a room, how many of you know what advisors actually do. We provide guidance, we provide coaching. I'm missing a little information, so I'll read it to you. The advising mission statement, I feel, summarizes advising in a really catching way. We empower students to develop the skills they need to become lifelong learners. Through coaching and academic planning, advisors will help students develop the skills they need to achieve their goals. So that's pretty broad, yeah? That means that we will help you learn to be students. Your sociology professor is going to help you learn sociology, but we will help you learn all that student stuff. So we work, of course, very intimately with StudentLife and other departments. Essentially, the one takeaway, if you remember nothing else from what I talk about, if you don't know who else to ask, come and talk to an advisor. All right, so we'll put our email and our phone number in the chat there. What have we got on the next slide? I may have to go back one. Sorry, this isn't the same as what I printed. Okay, can we go back one? We'll just make it up. It's all good. So there's an advising strategy, right? Something didn't go as expected, and we brainstorm and we roll with it. And honestly, that's advising 101. So if you're not sure who to ask, come and talk to us. Especially during the first few weeks of classes, starting tomorrow, right up until the end of add drop period. And if you don't know what that term means, please go and look it up in the key dates. So from tomorrow until mid-September, we have advisors on duty essentially all day, every day, and we would love to aim to get back to you within a couple of hours with any questions. We realize it can be a stressful time of year. A lot of things are very, very new, and we aim to resolve things especially quickly at this time of year. I'm assuming since that y'all are in college, you can read the bullet points there, and it's been up for a while, so I won't go through all the details, but the biggest thing, and I realize I sound like a broken record, it's on purpose. Just ask. We can go to the financial aid slide, please. There we go. All right, so as I mentioned, one of my roles, one of my specialties in advising is financial aid, and I lead the financial aid team here at North Island College. Financial aid can be, or finances in general rather, can be a big source of stress for students. They don't need to be. I'm not saying I can resolve everybody's financial situation in 2 minutes flat. I would never promise that, but I can promise you that having some support will make things seem more manageable. So whether that's anything from creating a budget that you can stick to and that will work, to applying for funding, including student loans and grants, to understanding your repayment options. I speak to a lot of alumni in this role. I have a very keen interest on making your financial situation feel manageable. So please come and talk to us. Another thing that happens at NIC is, you may have the best budget in the world and you may have done all the advanced planning possible, but emergencies still happen. So, you know, I'm looking through and I'm picking on staff members, so I can totally pick on them because they're on my screen. Even something as easy as a headset. You're trying to do your work at home, you have this really tight budget and it's all finessed, and you realize you need some noise canceling headphones because you've got kids and a dog and you really can't concentrate. You know, it can be something as seemingly simple as some extra technology. All the way up to, I was planning on commuting for classes and my car just broke down. So again, same thing with advising. Just ask. If you don't ask, we don't know you're struggling. So please come to us. That's about all I had to say on that. My slides were a little mixed up, so I don't think I have another one. And I can turn it over to Rebecca.
Okay, I'm going to get Brooke or Mez to give me a thumbs up if my volume's okay, because I can see you right now. I feel like I was loud on my last one, so just checking. Okay, so I'm Rebecca McKenzie. I am one of our Indigenous Education Navigators. I am up in Port Hardy at the Mi'halaquila campus, which means I am also educational advising and financial aid advising. And I've already seen a couple of names that look familiar that are going to be on campus soon, so I'm your girl to come see. So we have 4 Indigenous Education Navigators. We've got myself up here. We have Riley in Campbell River, who's going to be on leave until January. We have Willow in Comox Valley, and we have Luke in Port Alberni, who is also going to be on leave, but his position is currently posted, so we're hoping we get somebody else in there. On the bottom of the slide here, you can see Indigenous Navigators at nic.bc.ca. That's going to be your fastest way to get a hold of Willow or I in the meantime. Or our personal emails as well, which are on the website. And the Aboriginal Scholars Program. So this is something to help you create some goals. It could be academic, it could be spiritual, emotional, physical goals. You can join for 1 term, you can join for the year, and at the end of each successful term, you can get a $250 bursary to help pay for these courses and supplies and things that you need. So if you're interested in that, just get a hold of Willow or I. It basically involves meeting with us for some goal setting, meeting with us to follow up on it, then we submit it at the end of the term. Next slide, please, Nez. And we also have elders in residence. So they are around for cultural guidance and traditional knowledge and support. We usually have 1 or 2 elders on each campus. So we've got Daryl and June in Campbell River, Fernanda and Evelyn in Comox Valley, Jane in Port Alberni, and we are currently trying to fill the position in Port Hardy. And the final one on here that might be a little time sensitive for you, you've got a QR code there. For our Indigenous student newsletter. So it goes out on the 1st of the month, which is going to be tomorrow. And you can also find the link to sign up on the Indigenous student webpage under Keep in Touch if you scroll down to the bottom. And I think I'm good.
Thanks, Rebecca. That was great.
Guess that means I'm up. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nicole Novak, and I am a career advisor for NIC, and I happen to be currently at the Comox Valley campus, but I also work on the Campbell River campus. May you please switch to the next slide? Thank you. So our department supports students in finding employment while you're attending school, and of course career opportunities once you finish your schooling, or if you're striving towards something with relating to your academics and you're not really sure what that something is, we can certainly support you in that capacity as well. Definitely offering lots of support relating to all things employment, resume, cover letter writing, interview practice, job search skills. Of course, if you are a co-op or internship student, or you're considering having co-op or internship as part of your educational pursuits, then we can certainly support you with that. Anita, my supervisor and support team, she is the work integrated learning advisor, and she'll be able to help navigate that process for you. As I mentioned, we've got career exploration, and next slide, please. Oh, Wonderful. There is a platform called Career Central, and that is our platform to help support students with all things employment related. There's lots of resources there. If you are a co-op and internship student, there's lots of information for you to explore through this platform as well. You'll be able to see an events calendar. The QR code will help navigate you towards that. You can also access it through the main NIC website. You can book one-on-one appointments with us through this platform, and you can find other information that will likely help you with your job search. Certainly connecting with us, you'll be able to do that by calling the office or sending us an email, and you'll find all of that information as well on the Career Central platform. Just to let you know, we currently have 73 jobs on the job board for students, as well as there are 3 available opportunities for on-campus work. So if you're interested in exploring that, you log into Career Central with your NIC student email and password, and then you'll be able to access all of the postings. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and just give us some information about what it is you're looking for. We'd be happy to assist you. Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny Osborne and I'm the awards officer with the foundation at NIC. And the foundation is a separate entity from NIC in that it's a charitable organization, and we accept donations from our communities and we then distribute them out to NIC students in the form of scholarships and bursaries. Since 1991, that's when we were established, we've grown a lot, and now we can support about 500 students a year. And it's a really high success rate in that 85% of our applicants receive support, so it's well worth it for you to apply. This year was a great year too, in that last year the average award was about $900, and this year it was about $1,300. So it's gone up quite a bit in that way too. And it's important to know that all students are eligible. So if you're an NI student, it doesn't matter if you're in short-term vocational, if you're doing a 6-week apprenticeship program, if you're doing a micro-credential or continuing ed, all of these areas have awards specific to them. It also doesn't matter if you've been sponsored or if you've already paid your tuition, because these awards could help you with gas and groceries. Most importantly, we want to make sure that you know that we're dedicated to keeping your information private. Only a couple of us look at your applications each year, and the first thing we do is remove all your names from the applications and assign you an alphanumeric code. So we don't actually know who we're selecting for what, we just know that your application fits that award. Please do share as much detail as you can in your application. There are some awards that are really specific, like for the first person in your family to go to post-secondary, or someone who has musical interests, or someone who's passionate about photography. We've got awards for all of these very niche interests. And it doesn't take long to complete the application. Most people average under an hour, so it's, again, worth it for you to put in the time. And one of the best tips I can give you is save all of your content for your application in Word so that you don't lose any data, but it also helps you with grammar and spelling in addition. And just make sure that you look at our website, the foundation website that you see there, /students, and the awards application should open again March 1st. So we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Folks, my name is Wendy Harris, and I have the privilege of working in the Department of Accessible Learning Services as department chair, and I'm excited to welcome you here today. And I'm also excited to be included in this presentation, because for the type of supports that my department offers, it's really important that students reach out to us just as soon as possible. If I could have the next slide, please. Thanks. I think the best way to frame the type of work that we do is that we provide accessible learning services. And what does that mean? It's similar to if you're more recently graduated from the K-12 service system, that would be similar to the learning resource room, right? From like if you can visualize that from your high school years. Students come to meet with us for all kinds of reasons. Sometimes students come to meet with us because they have a type of challenge or a concern or a disability, a condition. It could be permanent. It could be something that's chronic. It could be something that's more acute that's just happened, and they need some support. They have a barrier, that something that's happening and going to occur in their class as a result of this condition, and they need some support to navigate that, to remove those barriers. And that's what my department does. We are barrier busters. I just made that up right now. I'd like a round of applause for that. Yeah, barrier busters. And there's not just me. I'm coming to you today from the Comox Valley campus. I have the privilege of working in the role of department chair. However, we have Nikki Baird, who is also at this campus, at the Comox Valley campus. We have Rosalind Gates at the Campbell River campus, and Rosalind also supports the Mihaliquela campus. We have Tara Jean Wenck at the Port Alberni campus, etc. So there's a host of us. And the most important person in our department is Holly Brading. She's our administrative support person who keeps us all on the straight and narrow. I'm not sure if the second slide addressed this. I feel like I had a bit of an omission here, and I want to say to access our support, or to book an appointment with us in person, on the phone. No, we didn't do it. See, rats. To book an appointment with us, we can have appointments on the phone. We can have appointments in person. We can have appointments with Zoom or Blue Jeans or Teams, however it works for you, to meet, to discuss what are your questions. And if we can go back to the first slide, there are no bad questions. Meeting with us is free. North Island College is gracious enough to pay our salaries. Meeting with us is confidential on a serious. Just like speaking, large majority of the members of my department are psychologists, school psychologists. Speaking with anybody else and disclosing this level of personal information stays with the faculty member you're talking to in our department. And that information is not released to the college community. We do keep student records, but those are actually kept on a separate part of the server that only we have access to. So it's free, it's confidential, and it's of your choice. Sometimes students have an appointment with us. We'd love for you to come early to chat and decide, at this point in time, I'm okay. And then they come back later in the semester, or perhaps in another semester. And that's okay, it's of your choice as well. Typical supports are listed here, but they're so varied because it depends on the individual. We don't really have a prescriptive list of what we will and will not do. It's what your particular concerns are, and then we help you come up with a plan to navigate that. But typical, most students would look at accessing exam supports, like additional time for testing, academic concession, because there may be times due to the condition that the student needs an extension or additional time to complete an assignment. Funding is a big topic in our office. Is that the federal government and the provincial government sets aside funding targeted for students with disabilities or permanent or persistent or prolonged concerns. And the funding looks, I think it's about $4,800 grant funding per year, and up to $20,000 for services, so tutoring, academic strategist, note taker, or technology. Sometimes students need screen reading software. Sometimes students need other types of technology. Brooke, I think, mentioned the noise canceling headphones as well, or lots of supports. If I could have the next slide. They've given me 5 minutes, and I find that to be a bit challenging. Yeah. So we've driven home the point, start early. Now would be a good time to book an appointment if you're even considering that you might need some supports. And that each supports they're unique, absolutely, that we don't have a prescribed list. So if there's something that's getting in your way, we're happy to help problem solve that. And if you're not too sure, we would love for you to bring somebody, a support person with you to this meeting. It's fine to bring a parent, a guardian, a family member, a partner, an auntie or an uncle, because there is lots of conversation that happens, and sometimes it's easier to have these conversations when you have a support person with you, right? To help us generate this plan, it's been really helpful if you can bring in information about the nature of the concern you're experiencing, if you've ever historically been diagnosed as having a learning disability, or if you have carpal tunnel syndrome, maybe some information from your doctor, et cetera, et cetera. And we've talked about the sharing information with us is confidential. We don't release that information to instructors. Anyway, to access us, I think the easiest way to do would be to call the North Island College switchboard and just say you'd like an appointment with Accessible Learning.
Hi friends, my name is Amy Rose and I'm one of the counselors here at North Island College. You can go to the next slide. Yeah, so we offer confidential counseling across all of our campuses. Mihalaquela, likely you'll have to do video or a telephone appointment, but we now offer in-person video and telephone, which is great. Just like what Wendy said, we are 100% confidential and no instructor will know that you've come to see us. The college doesn't know. We also keep our files very private and on a separate server. So you don't have to worry. In particular, if you're an international student, sometimes people worry that it might impact or a nursing student, for example, that coming to counseling might impact your ability to either immigrate to Canada, to get a job in the future. 100%, absolutely not. It is completely confidential and also free. So if any of you have been curious about speaking with a counselor or you have spoken in the past, I would encourage you to reach out to us. Counseling is very expensive in private practice. This is a perfect opportunity to come and learn more about yourself. Even if you don't have, diagnoses of anxiety or depression, all of us sometimes feel anxious and or depressed, stressed. If you need help with your homework, if you've just handed in your first paper and you've done horribly, we're a good place to start to connect to resources. If you're feeling nervous post-COVID, coming back into classrooms and being around whole groups of people, that is not abnormal, and we can help support you through that as well. Coming to college and starting to learn about all kinds of new things opens our brain in different ways. It's actually the perfect time to start to learn more about ourselves as well. So we can book appointments online, which makes it easy and convenient. And just like with DELS, just like with advising, we like to see you early because oftentimes when people are in crisis, it's harder to reach out. Being in crisis makes it harder to get out of crisis. So if you come early, even to establish a relationship, you can just come and we can chat for a bit. Then when you actually need help, it makes it way easier to connect again. Or we can help get you on a good schedule and start regulating your sleep and all that kind of stuff, give you some structure to make the rest of your semester really good. All of us are very approachable and friendly, and counseling sometimes sounds scary. It's 100% not scary, so please reach out. We'd love to see you. And I think that's it. That's me. And I love that Mez is clapping after everyone speaks. That's so encouraging. Bless you, Mez. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Hi everyone, my name is Romana Pasca and I'm the Manager of International Projects, Partnerships and Global Education here at NIC. Today I'm in Corny in Comox Valley campus, but I share my time between Campbell River and Corny during the week. So you can find me either in Corny or in Campbell River. I'm going to talk about study abroad opportunities. Just to let you know that we do have scholarships available for students to travel, and generally these scholarships target students that traditionally did not think about study abroad as an opportunity to extend their education, like students with low income, Indigenous students, students with disabilities. So please reach out to me if you have an idea of studying abroad, and we can take the discussion further. So we do have, we can offer virtual opportunities, so you don't have to travel. These will be through your instructors in the class with the collaborative online learning projects. Last year we had 3 projects like that, one in collaboration with Japan, with Costa Rica, and with Belgium. So there are opportunities. If you are interested, just let me know. And we have few schools for next year. We are prepping for a field school in Spain, one in Japan, and in Jordan. We are looking at some opportunities in Peru for the reading break in February, but this is still in the works. And we also offer opportunities for you to take your studies on a longer term, so 1 semester exchange. And we have partners in Europe, Asia, and Latin America. We have a double degree in France. We have 2 students right now. They're studying, completing their bachelor in marketing and general management, and they will come back with a degree from the University Savoie Mont Blanc as well. And we are going to have 1 student going to Romania. The student is in coastal forestry, so yeah, there are very nice opportunities. And we have degree completion. You finish here 2 years and you can take your diploma to Scotland or Ireland, and you can have a bachelor in business administration. So there are lots of opportunities. We do have scholarships. I have to emphasize that there are opportunities, financial support for students that they are interested in traveling abroad. Please come and see us. We are in the OGE office. The email is on the screen. Please just explore ideas. It's very interesting to discuss with students about their ideas and dreams, and maybe we can make them come true. Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Romana. It sounds exciting.
I want to shout out to Mez for a second for all appreciation for running the slides for us. Thank you. And then I'll turn it over to, I think Ben is here today.
Hey, Rachel, it's Jen. I'm just going to hop very quickly in front of Ben.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Sorry, Jen.
No, it's all good. Hey, I'm Jen. I am here at NIC. I'm working from the Comox Valley campus. We have Library and Learning Commons at our Port Alberni and Campbell River campus, and a small reading commons as well in Mihilaquela. I'm just going to very quickly share my screen with you just so that you can see where to get to the library. I'm not sure if I can do that. Is that okay, Mez? Thanks so much. Terrific. Okay, so to get to the Library and Learning Commons homepage, just under Quick Links, you'll see it there. So the Library and Learning Commons homepage is the jumping off point for all of the academic supports and services through the Library and Learning Commons. So you can see those supports are laid out here. There's research, writing, math, peer tutoring. I know you're probably familiar now with student tech as well. Here's where you look for books. And you can see here that the library is open in Comox Valley and Campbell and Port Alberni Monday through Friday as well in Mihilaquela. But we are usually the first place open and the last place closed on campus, which is great for you to know as new students, because you can always come to the library and get your answers to any questions that you have. Just hopping off of what Amy said too, very friendly people. I think you'll find that no matter where you go at NIC, staff, everyone here is all about your success. So please just hop on by and ask any questions and just come down and meet us. Again, earlier is better. So you can see the library hours here. We host lots of workshops and events. Even I'd say something's going on in the library every week. So you can find out more about that there. Check us out, our social media accounts. We update that with study tips and even more contests. And you can find out lots about the library and what's offered there. Another reason you might come down to the library would be to do printing. We have printing, 10 cents a sheet. We've got scanning, which is free. We have lots of computers for your use. We also have laptops that are available to be taken out up to 1 week. So if you don't want to drag your laptop from home, know that you can come and pick one up from us as well. In addition to laptops, we also have headphones that are available to be checked out, phone chargers. Another reason that you might come down is because you're wanting to actually find a place to study. So you might be somebody that likes absolute silence. We have a spot for you. You might be someone who likes to study with their friends. We can come on down. We've got lots of group study rooms with all of the technology that you need, as well as comfortable chairs. So that's also available to you. Then the last thing I want to show you before handing over to Ben is just research help. So every step of the way in your research journey, you can come and check in with the library staff member. So if maybe you just received your assignment and you don't even have an idea for a topic, you just want to talk about it, we can help you with that. Of course, we can also help you find the typical library things, so articles and books for your papers, as well as how to cite them properly. You can meet with us in person, online, by phone. There's so many ways in which you can connect with us. So definitely come visit the library, check out the library website, and just come by and say hi. So I'll hand it over to Ben.
Thank you, Jen, and hi, everybody. My name is Ben Hecht. I work in the Library and Learning Commons alongside Jen, and I'm the coordinator of writing support, math support, and peer tutoring. And that's basically what I'm here to just draw your attention to. 3 services that are freely available to you. Let's click on writing support there, Jen, please. So the first one I'm going to just quickly talk about is writing support. It's exactly what the name suggests. We can help you with any kind of written assignments, any written coursework of any kind, everything from trying to figure out what the assignment is asking you to do, to kind of planning your writing, and all the way through the editing process at the end before you hand it in. So as you can see, you can easily book an appointment with us. We also offer evening workshops on select topics that are all writing related. And I will publish those shortly. They haven't actually been created yet, these events, but they will be there shortly. Finally, at the bottom of the screen, you see the Right Away service. That's another free service offered to you as NIC students. It's very similar to our in-house writing support, i.e. you can send in your work and you get free feedback from qualified instructors, usually within about 48 hours or so. I do recommend you go through our in-house service first, because in all likelihood you'll get your feedback quicker than 48 hours. Okay, next we also have a math support service. And that's not just for people in mathematics, but it could be in the sciences, could be in the trades, could be in business studies. Anyone who has any coursework to do with math and needs help, again, come and see us. You can book an appointment. As with writing support, you get to choose whether you want to have that appointment be online through Blue Jeans, or whether you want to come and see us face-to-face in person on campus. And for math support, there are also some drop-in hours listed, so you don't need to schedule an appointment for those. If you're looking for that drop-in time at one of those times listed, you just click the button and it'll take you straight to the instructor's Blue Jeans page. Okay, finally, I just want to quickly mention our peer tutoring service too. Peer tutoring basically means we take students who were previously successful in a course to help students that are currently enrolled in that same course. Again, it's a free service to NIC students. You get to book 1 hour-long appointments with these peer tutors, and they should be able to help you with, yeah, assignments, preparing for exams, study skills, things like time management. Very useful service too, in that it's kind of peer-driven rather than instructor-driven. So that's the difference between the first two services and this one. This is peer-to-peer, and yeah, many students feel more comfortable doing that, which is fine. Okay, that's all I've got for now.
While she's doing that, I just want to jump in and say that I know all of these different places for resources and supports, it can seem like a lot of information all at once. And I really hope as new coming students, as you're coming in, that you're maybe just taking away from the session that there are so many different ways that we are here to help you. And we are so invested in your success, and we're excited to support you. And so at any time that you need help, that you want to reach out maybe preemptively and just build that relationship and set that up, or even in moments where it's like really crisis or crunch time or anything like that, just know that we're so excited to see you and have you come through our doors and reach out for help. We really are interested in supporting you in every way we can. And so please know you're so welcome to do that. And yeah, we're just all here because we love supporting students.
On that note, Rachel, I just wanted to mention that if students aren't sure who they need to book with, if they just go into student services in person, they can book an appointment that way.
I think somebody said it in another session, and they said at NIC there are no wrong doors. So if you have a question and you don't know where to go, find the nearest available person and ask them, and they will help you find the right place to go. And so yeah, so don't give up. Don't not reach out. Don't hesitate to reach out. Just reach out and say, I'm having a problem with this, and I don't know who to go to. And like Ben and Jen said, you can show up at the Library and Learning Commons, you can book an appointment with a counselor, you can check in with StudentLife, with advising, all of these different areas. We all have the knowledge of what each area does, and so if you reach out to us, we can refer you to other people for support as well. So, yeah. Mez is still working on the slides.
Mez has the slides up. Mez is sharing actively. Can you not see them?
We
I
cannot.
am so ashamed. Let me try again. Mez has been sharing for minutes and wondering why she is being maligned. Is that better?
No.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I am now at a loss. I've reached my capacity for technical skill. I've done what I'm able to. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, it says I'm sharing a screen. Ooh, how to do this? How to do this? Jen, can I please ask you to reshare your screen?
Yes. Yeah, I was just going to say, happy to do it. Yep.
For anyone who was with us yesterday, congratulations. I have a second round of the same fun situation.
Anyone who was here yesterday realizes this is par for the course when you're dealing with us.
But this, of course, is why we really, really appreciate our fabulous and helpful many people who can magic the stuff for us. Okay, trying again. Yes? No?
No.
Okay, I'm giving up now.
All right.
I'm giving up, and I am finding an alternative way of doing this. Excuse me while I stroke my chin. Rach, you take it and see what you can do.
I know. I'm just trying to open it up on my end here and see.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
I don't know. There's two different types of people in the world. I read this once. I don't know if this is actually true, but there's those people who have like 7 million tabs open on their computer screen at any given point in time, and then there's the people who just have one window. And I will stand up and proudly say I'm the 7 million tabs person. While we're getting this sorted out, does anyone want to put in the chat and share what they are? I'm going to share and oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to jump in and say, like, all that's left is student life and questions. Like, maybe y'all just want to talk, and like, that's okay too.
Okay, can you guys see the slideshow?
No.
Okay. Can you see it now?
No.
Oh.
And this,
Rach,
by the way, is the blind leading the blind. Like, I have no idea how to help you.
Wait, you could offer us some support, Amy.
I'm supporting you by saying just talk. Let's do this old school.
Okay, well, Rach, do you want to go with words and we'll just jump in as and when?
Okay. So, the three goofy ones here on the video. We're your Student Life team, and we're so glad you could be here. And as you can see, we have a great deal of enthusiasm about working with students, and we like to have fun. So Student Life is a department within NIC that helps you get connected, get supported, and get involved. So you can get connected with Student Life through our social media channels. You'll see that in your NIC email address, automatically, we send you a newsletter every week. And that newsletter is full of all kinds of useful tips. It gives you lots of updates on the upcoming events happening at the college and other important information you should know. So please check that out. Just click that link. I do have all the tabs. Click that link in your inbox and take a look and see what's happening around campus. And the Student Life newsletter doesn't just pertain to Student Life events. All of these other departments that you've met with today, they also include their information in our newsletter, and we cross-share it with their newsletters. So we really want to keep you informed about what's going on. In terms of getting supported, the Student Life Department offers a program called Early Assist. Early Assist is sort of set up as a one-stop shop to help you access supports and resources at NIC. So sometimes, people will notice that maybe you're struggling or that something seems like maybe it's raising some concern. And so your instructors might refer you to Early Assist. And how that works is they send an email to us and they say, we have the student in our class and we've noticed that they seem very tired lately, or they've been missing classes, or they aren't sleeping, or whatever it is that they notice. And they say, can you just check in with the student and see if they're all right? And so then we will send you an email. We'll say, hi, we just wanted to see how things are going. Early Assist is completely optional. You're not obligated to participate. Same with all the other services and resources here that we talked about, like counseling and DALs. The information that you share with us is completely confidential. It doesn't get shared with any other people. Even like when your instructor reaches out to us, we don't tell your instructor if you connected with us or not. So there's no obligation to participate, but we would like to encourage you to participate and let you know that we are here to support you and that we want to support you and we want to help you to do well in your studies, and also to see if there's other ways that we can support you with your well-being and stuff like that. So if you're facing difficulties and you don't know where to turn, you can email earlyassist@nic.bc.ca. And then also during the course of your studies, like I said, NIC is a very community-oriented college, and we're all here to support and help you. So, also don't be surprised maybe sometimes if you get an email in your box saying, hey, we just wanted to check on you. So that's your get supported part. So we've talked about get connected, get supported. Getting involved is really great. We have lots of opportunities for students to get involved in campus life. And so we have some paid positions, and then we have some free positions as well. So I know money is important as a student. I also know time is valuable, and it's nice to be recognized for that time. So we have some campus positions that are no more than 10 hours a week. 10 hours, I'm looking at Mez. I think she's nodding. She is. Okay, that's right. So those positions are like our campus life assistants, which work with the Student Life team. We also have our intercultural peer connectors who work with the Office of Global Engagement. Those are paid positions. You can get involved and you submit a form, and then you can register to run and be elected by the student body to represent on the Board of Governors or the Education Council. Now, those are two boards or organizations or committees that help to make really important decisions for the college. And NIC always has student representatives on those two committees to help include the voice of students and the needs and the concerns of students in those decision-making processes. So with the Board of Governors, that's sort of the highest level that you can get in decision-making at NIC. We call it BOG sometimes. So there's a lot of acronyms here at NIC. I don't know if you've noticed that. We have DALS, we have OGE, and we have BOG. We don't expect you to remember them all, but you'll start to pick them up as you go along. Students who work on the Board of Governors can get up to $2,000 a year. That's right. For being a student representative on BOG, students who participate in Education Council or EDCO will get remunerated $100 for each meeting that they attend, and I believe meetings are once a month. EDCO in particular focuses on the different decisions made around studies and classes and stuff like that at the college. We also have, and these are moving into, Mez, I don't do your sign language. She's just frantically gesturing here. I have no idea what she's saying.
This means that you can do the two at the same time. They're not mutually exclusive. So you can be both on the BOG and the EDCO, and now I can just make up a few acronyms because they'll fit right in.
So did anybody else understand that sign language that Mez was doing? Like, we're going to have a giant game of charades after this. Okay, so students can be student representatives on BOG and EDCO at the same time, which means you can collect the financial remuneration for that work, and it is a little bit of work, for that work throughout the year for both positions, okay? In terms of opportunities to get involved that aren't paid positions, there is also the student leadership team. So you would email StudentLife@nic.bc.ca if you'd like to get involved in that. And there are other opportunities as well, such as all of our events and workshops. And the different, we have some online workshops and some in-person events that are coming up on each campus. And so you're always welcome to come check those out and get involved and meet other people and find connections and stuff like that. And then I'll do one more plug, and that is for the North Island Students Union. We have a Meet Your North Island Students Union session tomorrow, but they can speak to, they have positions, and I believe they are paid as well, to become a student representative, and then you can also become a student representative on their board as well. So again, what I'm hoping to share with all of you is that we are so happy to have you here, and we're so thrilled to support you, and you know, please reach out, please come and see us. We'd love to talk with you, and just pick the nearest person and say hi and where do I go.